Hey guys, welcome to Software Incorporated. Um, Obviously, I haven't uploaded videos for a very long time. The reason being is mostly just because I haven't felt like it, and so I didn't do it. Um, I don't know. I just thought I would give it a try again, see how it goes, see how it's enjoyed, and everything like that. And of course, I apologize for the mic. I don't know how good it is, and yeah, we'll see. But I guess we'll just try things out. So I'm playing a game today called Software Incorporated, which is a very good game. It's somewhat similar to Game Dev Tycoon. You create software and the rest of it, but I think, in my opinion, honestly, it has more to it. You can create huge offices, hire hundreds of people. You can basically make anything you want to as well. The thing is, the game is in an alpha stage. I don't know if it's earlier or later. It seems to be like it doesn't seem extremely early, but it doesn't seem, it isn't complete, to say the least, or to say the yeah, to say the least. It isn't finished yet. I think that it will be very good when it is finished. I don't believe it's a very popular game. I actually haven't seen anybody play it. I think maybe back in December or something like that. I think maybe there was some people who started to play it, but honestly, it isn't, in my opinion, at least, it isn't very well known. And so I decided that I would give it a try, and I've actually played one game, and I really, really enjoyed the game. It's a very good game, honestly. It is extremely good. And yeah, I thought it was good. So I thought I'd give it another try. The thing with the mods, which you can see down here in the right corner, um, they can't be enabled during a game. So I have only played one game, and they take 1980 up to 2010, and you can usually finish before or after. It just depends, when you start making a lot of money, stuff like that. But yeah, you can't enable the mods during the game, so I decided, I would play another and I would enable mods, and the mods essentially for this are just going to add um, a lot of like a lot of content for the softwares you can make. Because you don't just make games, anything like that. You can actually go ahead and you can make a ton of things. As you can see here, we have the hardware mods, and you can, I believe, also. I don't remember the exact ones that came with these mods, but I know in the game itself you can make antivirus software. You can make like home office software, like Microsoft Word or something like that. You can make um, you can make games. You can make game engines. You can make I think you can make like financial software and stuff like that. Like you can make a lot of things. And then these mods here, obviously these two that I have enabled come in a pack together. So they are not going to overlap. I'm not going to have multiple like options to do the same programs over and over again, and that's why I'm only really enabling these two. And then we also have the hardware mod, which allows me to create like computer hardware rather than just software, which I think is really cool. So if you take a look, I've actually just gone onto the internet and got a name generator, and yeah, it came up with Clarence Shelby. I thought, okay, that's good. I'll go with that. And then if you look at the top here, this is our company name. Oh, so this is his name, our founder's name. And this is up here, Attila. This is our company name. Again, the same thing. I just went onto the internet and I actually just used the name generator, but rather than just the name generator, I also searched. I just searched for like historical figures and came up with Attila the Hun. And I thought, oh, that's a good one. Powerful and everything like that. So I thought we'd go with that. So what we want to go with. I was thinking we don't want to just call it Attila. Maybe Attila, um, uh, Attila. Yeah, let's just call it Attila. Whatever, that's fine. And then you can go in and you can customize. I know that a while back they didn't have the same one, the same like amount of customization, and now you can add a few things. Hairs, few hairstyles. Um, so we'll go with the afro because I think we're gonna go with a very sort of arts-centered sort of man. He's going to be very. I think into. Well, honestly, yeah. You know what? Yeah. I think we're gonna go. No, let's go with it. So he's gonna be much more of a programmer type person, which is, that's totally cool. So we'll give him the nice afro with the. I think the button-up shirt fits fine. Yes, we'll go with that. Then we'll give him a nice beard. Let's see here. I kind of want to go with this one. But, actually that looks kind of stupid. Yeah, we'll go with this. So you get in, you can pick your legs as well. And, we'll go with this, I guess. And he's pretty much all white, so let's change that up a little bit. Let's give him his legs some more customization. Make them a little bluer, not greener. Maybe black even, actually. Yeah, I like black. Black and white, he's kind of like a bland person, I guess, I don't know. You could choose a personality. So, honestly, I would say this guy's gonna have to be visionary. I would say that fits, And he will also be stubborn, maybe? That does not change these at all, actually, if I do that. And so that changes these. Based on his personality that I'm choosing, it will change these. So obviously the hard worker versus fast learner. A hard worker will always give 110, but a fast learner will pick up new skills more easily, He's independent or social, and that mostly depends on the other people that we're going to be hiring, is how well they're going to get together. And we have lazy and stressed, right? So if they're overly stressed, they will always be stressed, so it's not, in my opinion, very good to have. So if the visionary trait just automatically makes him stressed, I would honestly not like to have that. Just because I don't think that would be good. Optimistic. Yeah, you know what? He's pretty even here. And you hear he's right in the middle. He is also almost right in the middle here. And here he's almost in the middle as well, so that's okay. Alright, so he's gonna be, I would honestly have to say, a good leader, right? I said a good programmer. We'll hire an artist later on, I think that would probably be our best bet, and he's gonna be an alright designer as well. He's not gonna be like, perfect or anything, but he's gonna be alright. You don't want to completely give him no art skill. And marketer, he's okay, So he's best at designing system, audio, network, physical. So this must have come with the mod, because there was no physical. Either that or got updated, and I don't think it got updated, so I would assume that is with the mod. He's gonna be a good system designer, yes, and a good system coder with good 2D art. So you can go scenario free play, startup, studio, future, or present day. See, I have not done any of these. Future, have on your account and went before January 2030. Studio, 100,000 is how much you start with, and that's actually the minimum. You can put that up to $10 million you can start with. And then we have startup, which starts with 1 million, which is again crazy amounts. And you start in 1995. Competition 15. I don't really know what that is, but I think it's you just have to run through it. And then there's free play, which you start off with 5,000 all the way up to 500,000, and you just go from there. We're gonna go with not 5,000, but $10,000 is how much we'll start with, just so we can get started, I suppose. And our environment will go with a city. Um, you also have the option for desert tundra. I accidentally started in forest last time. I just left it there because whatever. But yeah, honestly, I want to go city. I like city, so I think it looks good. Easy, medium, or hard? We just go with medium. And days a month. I think I'm going to go with. I'm gonna change these, by the way. There. Oh man. I think I'm going to go with 1 day a month. But we can raise it all the way up to 8. I don't know the actual effect, so yeah, I don't know the effect that it will have. I suppose we can go 2 if we wanted to, but that would probably really make the game a lot longer, double the time it is now, right? And it's already a pretty long game. Because you do go through each day individually, or each month, sorry, individually, not day, so there's 12 months in a year, right? So, there we are. That's about it. We have our mods enabled. Days a month 1. He is... The only thing he doesn't have is glasses. You know what? No glasses. And it's good. Our company is Attila. We have Clarence Shelby running it, and we're starting up the game. And the city. Good. Alright. So I imagine that's fairly loud. So we're going to go ahead and we'll bring that down all the way to there. It doesn't need to be completely quiet. Sorry, by the way, that I'm doing this now. I forgot to do it beforehand, so good on me, right? Alright, so essentially, the way this works is you start off with $10,000, and you have the option to, I'll pause this, create new software, and you can see here developing software, and I haven't seen most of these honestly yet. That's kind of cool that you can create monitors, like you get a lot of, like this hardware mod itself has added quite a lot. And as you go through the years as well, you will get more and more options to create, you know, other things. And this makes me think actually, perhaps we should become a computer company, I guess. A hardware company versus a software, because I've done a lot of these softwares, and I haven't done any of these hardware ones because I just got it. So I think that's kind of cool, and I like that. So, anyways, but let me take a look here. So yeah, you can create new software as I just went through. You can do a lot of that. You can see your releases, which there's none, so I'll get into that later. And you can see your servers, again, there's none, I'll get into that later. You can do research, and when you research things like this, you will get royalties from other companies who use that, use that. And then in here we have our contracts. And so our contracts are kind of our starters. These will get us going. You know, you can get $10,000, as you can see here, from the logistics application, or the, you know, all these little things here. These will get us our start, essentially. They will help us out when we need to start off, and that's very important, obviously. And then you can see here, this is our build menu. Essentially, it's kind of like a combination of The Sims and Game Dev Tycoon, honestly. You can see that we have quite a lot of options for what we're going to build, and yeah. So there you go. That honestly is essentially it. You can build a lot of things, and you have to have a a desk and other things like that. So I'll get into it as we go through it. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna make a small, but we're not gonna just go for like, we're not. Okay, maybe we are gonna go for a little less than that, to be honest. How big can we make this? This is about the biggest we can make it. And I think maybe we should make it, because I don't want it to be I don't want it to be looking like really bad or anything like that, in all honesty. So yeah, we'll put it there. They can get off the bus, they'll walk up, and they'll come up to the door. Here's our door. we're gonna have 2 windows on there. And you can see that you actually do need to have, you know, windows and other things like that in your, I guess, building. Um, it is, I mean, it's not technically a requirement, but it does help keep the stress levels and other things like that down. So you want to go with that, and you also need the fans and other things like that. So yeah, and it will tell you, you know, if, and you'll see actually here. I'll delete this. You'll see when I put down a desk here. So desks we want to go with. I'm gonna go ahead and say we're gonna want, you know, since it's kind of just his office or whatever for now, we're gonna go ahead and we'll go with this one. It's a bit bigger. It's 250. That's a lot of money actually. So I guess we won't. This one's only 90. So yeah, we'd much rather go with the one that's 90 right now at least. And essentially this is all that he gets for now, you know. He gets his chair, which was 150, so we're already we're getting behind on money already. And then he gets his old computers. You can see as you can see as we go along, we can upgrade to new computers. The game by default only has 4. And then we can also get servers and other things like that, and I'll get into that when we go. But then you can see down here, you know, that we also have the option to use a lot of other ones that just come with mods and other things like that. So yeah, there we are for that, and we also are going to go ahead. Oh, so here we are. Not enough light, and you need to add windows or lamps, and the temperature will vary a lot in the room. And you can see that we're going to need some lamps, first of all, like I said. So we'll put one there, and we'll put one there. And then we're also going to need I don't want to go with the air conditioning, but we will also go with this fan here. And it's kind of uneven, so we're just going to go with it there, honestly. And you can see the temperature is still vary a lot, and it will. They're in July and January and December, it doesn't work as well actually. So it does work. It actually does have an effect, and I guess that's a good thing, right? I think we're gonna go with and now we're deciding our exterior materials. Honestly, let's go with that. I think it fits for a very, very small one like we have right now. And then you can decide the interior as well. You can go with a few different ones, but I'm just going to go with that kind of default one. And then for the inside, for our flooring, we'll just go with that. So there we are. You can decide your colors as well. For the exterior, let's go with an almost green, but yeah, not totally green. And for the interior, these are for the walls. We're just gonna go with like a brown color, sort of. There we are. So we pretty much have what we need done. Now I'll show you. So it's 7 o'clock a.m. right now, and you can manage your teams, and you can see your teams of the core. He will come in at 8 and he will leave at 4 p.m. And when he does that, that's the time he'll spend working. Then he'll leave, go home. That's our founder, and then we'll get into hiring people and other things like that. Probably, honestly, in future, I guess, episodes. We'll wait until 8 right now. There he is. So he's going in, and we can choose a contract, and you can see he needs his contract. So this gives us the company, and, you know, all their information, you know. Let's take a look, though. How long? So we're getting $1,000 up front, and when we finish, we get 10,000. If we do not get it, we lose 4,000. I'm gonna pause this. Months. Okay, so we have 1 month to do this. So we'll take that. Yeah, why not? To take it. To be honest, I don't even remember how we take it. Oh yeah. Okay, so then you just click accept work. And the core will take it, and That's just the default name for our team, and you can add people to your team and whatnot after. So yeah, it's actually quite good in my opinion. That reminds me, the reason that the temperature is so varied is because we need heat. And I'll just go with the radiator because why not? We're gonna use the radiator later on anyways, so we'll put it there under the window, and now you can see that the temperature in the room will not vary and it will be good. So this is our progress. Essentially we have to get here to this purple line, or yeah, purple line, and when we do that, we've completed the contract successfully, and we can just hit develop, and that will send it off to them, and boom. Oh, okay, so we're still developing it, actually, sorry. So there we are. Promote, and there we are. Release. Because of that, we've made $11,000. So we're going to have to start off with actually doing some of the sort of more boring, slow things. Just to get started. Honestly, it isn't a huge portion, but it does get you the initial money that you need to start up. And it's helpful. It is helpful. So we're probably just going to go ahead and do most of these, if not all. And he still has 1 month when he gets back, so he should be just fine on getting that. And then when it's nighttime, you just click that, and it will just skip to the time. And you can see he's just working on that, working away as hard as he can. And then he has to develop. As it develops, we then promote it, and then we can release it. And there we are, $32,000. Now, for the most part, honestly, this isn't like the bulk of it. This is definitely not the bulk of the game. This is just, like I said, to get you started. It will get you started quite well, actually. And when you do, you can begin to hire and develop software. The problem is, if your software does poorly, that's when it gets to be tougher, I suppose. So you want to start off with kind of the smallest software you can. You don't want to go AAA software, anything like that. And in doing that, you just create, it makes it quite a lot easier and smoother. As you go through, you don't have to worry about going bankrupt in your first year, essentially. There we are. So we've released a few, and I suppose, why not? You know what? Let's just do these. Let's just get them done. When we do, we'll begin our first software. And I think with our first software, probably in full development, we'll end our episode here, and we'll continue next time. And when we do that, next time or whatever, we'll go with that. So I'm thinking also, along with this, I was going to go ahead and do another sort of playthrough of something else. But I didn't want to do necessarily a playthrough or anything like that, like I'm doing right now. I want to do more of a I don't know, like a let's build or something like that. Something a little more, I don't know, a little more free, because as it stands right now with what I'm doing, it's quite a linear process. I don't really get a lot of choice. It's just doing the game and then making a video of the game. Whereas in other ways I can actually show off work and stuff like that. So I don't know. I was thinking maybe, so since Planet Coaster is coming out, we could possibly do something involving that. But anyways, I'll talk about that after. Here is our developing software screen. We are going to go ahead, and we have a few options. So we have computers. We can create our own computer. As you can see right now, we actually can't. We have to develop a we actually can. I take that back, actually. Let's see here. So yeah, processor. There you are. See? You can create computers, cases, monitors, memory, storage, and then you can do the content management and office software, motherboards, processors, audio tool. So I want to go with, why not just go with something easy, kind of quick right now, and you know, why not, right? So what we're going to go with is oops, do we have other options? Rock server. A robust and often included multiple to minimize. Oh, that's kind of cool. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start off with a PC tower, just because I feel it's gonna be quick and easy to make, honestly. That's about the only reason. And we'll get into that when we can. We have a consumer reach of 116 million, and yeah. So this is our original IP. We'll get into that stuff later, though. But that's essentially, you know, if this is like if this is following something, then yeah. So we'll get into that later. Sorry. So the name for this will be the Attila Tower. It is a case for a PC tower, and then you can set the price actually, which is nice. So we're gonna go with $49.99 just to get that sort of, you know, that feel of you're not paying $50. And then we can also add temperatures, and obviously, there we are. Develop. And do you want to start a marketing campaign? And yes, when we're in the beginning of the game like this, we do want to start one. We're going to use the internet and the radio. And we could just go for all of them, why not? So with marketing, it will actually market the game, and as long as that's marketing, you will be selling it. If you're not marketing, you will not be selling it. I mean, as simple as that. You just will not be selling the game, or the whatever the product, the software, the computer hardware, yeah. So there we are. Anyways, sorry guys, I'm getting a little tired. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna save the game as Attila. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you watched the whole way through, then good on you. You know, subscribe or don't. I don't really care, to be honest. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a comment. Tell me what you want to play. Tell me if you want to play with me. Tell me if you enjoyed it. Tell me if you didn't enjoy it. Tell me whatever. Tell me anything you would like. Anyways, see you guys.